Alright, video number 5. Okay, we have got this rice here, good and ready to go. So then we've got our saffron water, which I cooked several times. Notice it's a dark yellow now. I put it in 5 different times for 1 minute, stirring it in between each time. This is our tawdig stuff with everything that we had that's kind of like a pudding consistency right now with that mustard in there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of this saffron water and I'm going to mix it with this so that it's more like a creamy soup consistency, not quite watery, not quite, a pudding anymore, but kind of in between, very thick sauce, if you will. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over here. Let me come back to the yams here in a minute. But moreover, see, we've got that tawdig. What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to put in some of this rice. So you're going to make it like a tapioca pudding. I'm going to take the rice and I'm going to throw it in here until I can stir it to where it comes to like a tapioca pudding consistency, like I said. So let me stir that in. As you can see, still not there yet. Very thin still. So let's put in some more. This is what will thicken it up, is the rice. Putting that really salty rice in there. And then this will kind of thin out that saltiness flavor. The tawdig stuff will. And there we go. As you can see, now it's getting to be more like a tapioca pudding consistency. So here's what I'm going to do with this. Now that I got that, let me see, maybe a little thicker, just a little thicker, I think. Not much thicker, just a little bit. And then I'm going to stick that in the pan, and it's going to coat the bottom. This is kind of going to be the crust of a pie, if you will. So this tapioca pudding, what it'll do is it will harden, and it will get to a brown, I'll show you here in a minute. But moreover, I'm going to coat the bottom of the entire pan with this tawdig spread. So I'm going to use my fork and kind of get this nice and smooth along here. Get it really good and even, because you're gonna want to cook this very slowly, because once it cooks through here, it's going to start burning. And we're going to slow cook it on here, but you'll see what I mean. See, so I've got that coating the whole bottom of there. Now I just take the rice from the pot and I just kind of sprinkle it on top, if you will. Just kind of, we're going to make a great big cake. It is kind of what it'll look like when this is done. But we're just going to kind of spoon this over top of everything, and then it'll be, yeah, like I say, like a cake. So, okay. I guess while I'm doing this, I could tell you something else. Let me think of what else I could tell you. As far as cooking, I've kind of gone over a lot of the basics of savory cooking, and I think that this will help you to be the best cook ever. Jasmine, I'm hoping this dude pops the question to you soon, because it sounds like he's a good guy from what everybody tells me. And you deserve an awesome dude. I wish I could have met him before I checked out of here. But either way, I'm super happy for you two. And I hope that the two of you cook for each other, because in my opinion, that's the best way to show somebody that you love and care about somebody, is to slave over a stove for them for a long time. It just shows that you're willing to do something for somebody else. This is something from my generation. Y'all's generation's a little different from mine. In your generation, you can't do this because it's creepy, but in my generation, if a guy liked a girl, you would buy her flowers. I don't know why that's creepy now. All I know is right now, I guess our generation says you have to treat a girl like garbage and she'll love you for it. I don't understand why your generation is that way, but I hope that the two of you don't do it that way, because my parents taught me that the way that a relationship is successful is if the man's priority is the woman and the woman's priority is the man. It only works if it's both ways. If one of you is reaching, the other one's making you reach, it's just not a real relationship. But the two of you don't seem that way. I hope that the two of you treat each other like gold. That's the way the world worked before everybody changed it. See, so I'm using this oil sprayer now. When I told you this is a good technique, spraying stuff on top, and that oil is going to kind of seep down in, and it's going to make it so that this saffron will stick to it as well. So I'm going to put saffron on top now. As you can see, I'm gonna just kind of, and like I said earlier, doing it with the grinder, it's fresh. You're not losing that potency and the flavor. This is gonna be the best way to get the best flavor, and the two of you will become awesome cooks. I really hope you do. So as you can see, I'm gonna show you the product afterwards right here of where we're at. So as you can see, there we go. I got the saffron sprinkled on top. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit, I'm gonna turn this on very low. So as you're seeing here, I'm gonna turn this on like real low, like maybe only 2. Actually, what I'll do at first, just because I have a weird stove, is I'm gonna turn it on a little bit higher and then turn it down to good and low. But you want this about as low as you can get it, because you want to slowly cook that stuff into there. So we got that. Now, okay, so we got the Todd egg done. While we're working on that, while that's slow cooking now, I'm going to take this butter sauce. So I just took a stick of butter and melted it in the oven. This is for the yams. So with this, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to mix it with a bunch of these mini marshmallows. This is kind of a cool trick for the yams. You take marshmallows and melted butter. You're going to kind of put a whole bunch of these marshmallows in here. And I mean a bunch, because remember, the key to yams is less yams, more candy. And that's all the marshmallows really are, is puffed sugar. So this will take it and make it really delicious. So as you can see, that's about how much I did there. Now I'm gonna put that back in the microwave. I'm gonna do that for another 30 seconds. And while that's cooking, let's take a look at our saffron water here. So with the saffron water, I'm gonna stir this again. And as you can see, there's kind of some residue down at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do with those is we stirred that in, and now we're gonna drizzle this over top of our rice. All over, so it's kind of just matching every little bit of it. It's kind of mixed around. It's hard to do it right. I need to get a better system in place for drizzling this, some kind of a tool or something. Wish I had something to give you. Don't at this time. But there we go. So that saffron water, as this cooks, that's going to kind of get inside there. Now, if I have any napkins or any paper towels, I don't think I do, dang. What you should be doing at this point is taking a paper towel and laying it over top of the entire thing so that it soaks up that moisture. I must have run out of, I must have run out of paper towels. Otherwise I would do that right now and it would kind of soak up the extra moisture. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit more of the saffron on here, because the more the merrier with this stuff. It's a delicious spice. Honestly, if that Iranian lady saw how much saffron I was using on this, she'd probably kill me, because it's supposed to just stretch, but it tastes so good, and I'm using it here for this. It's just going to be a really good meal. So